Now, subtraction is a little different from addition and multiplication because it is not cumulative. This means that the position of the x matters and it will influence how students manipulate the tiles on the board. Students need to pay attention to the position of the x in relation to the minus sign. That means they need to determine whether it comes before or after the minus sign. And the position of the x will determine which tiles should move on the board. So in this case, we're going to do two examples, one with the x before the minus sign and one with the x after the minus sign. The first equation we're going to solve is x minus 6 is equal to 1. So we get students to write it up and set it up as usual. We need an x minus with a plus on the back, 6, and a 1. The rule students need to remember here is that x moves when it is in danger. And in danger, it is coming behind a minus sign. In this case, x is not coming behind a minus sign, so we can go ahead and solve as normal, leaving the x on the hill that it is on. This means that we're going to move the minus and the 6 to the other hill. When we move the minus and the 6 to the other side, you remember to flip the minus so it becomes plus, and the 6 goes behind. This means that our new equation is x is equal to 1 plus 6, which is equal to 7. After we solve the x, we go ahead and do a check by substituting this value back into the original equation, which was x minus 6 is equal to 1. And in this case, instead of the x, we have 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. Now, teachers, you can go ahead and switch the positions of the x and the 6 in the first equation and have students try to solve it using the rules that they've known so far, and they should realize that the answer doesn't match back when they do the check. Now let's have students solve an equation where x falls behind the minus sign. In this case, we're going to have 5 minus, making sure the plus is on the other side, x is equal to 2. Teachers, this is your time to emphasize this rule about x being in danger. When x comes behind a minus sign, it is in danger and it switches places with the digit on the other side of the bridge. So in this case, x will change places with the 2. So now we have 5 minus 2 is equal to x. So on the left side, we have 5 minus 2, and in this case, it is equal to 3. After we found the solution for x, it is time to do a check, and that means substituting that value into the original equation, which is 5 minus x is equal to 2, and in this case, we got 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. That's it, guys. Now let's practice some with the x before and after the minus sign.